discovery of protons. So before the discovery of protons, you must know its introduction, that basically what are protons. If you have a look on the protons or the structure of an atom, basically when we have a structure of atom, in the center there is a nucleus that is positively charged, and around the nucleus there are the circular orbits. These circular orbits having electrons, and in the center, as it is the nucleus, and nucleus is basically positively charged. Now why it is positively charged? Because it is due to the presence of protons and due to the presence of neutrons, where the protons are positively charged particles and neutrons having no charge. So in turn, protons are basically positively charged. So let's have a look at how the protons have been discovered in the recent studies. Basically, in 1917, the scientist Ernest Rutherford discovered the proton. But before the work of Ernest Rutherford, there was a scientist in 1886 whose name was Goldstein. So the Goldstein observed that in addition to the production of the cathode rays, so you must know that what are cathode rays. Basically, cathode rays are the negatively charged negatively charged particles, and these particles were named as electrons. So cathode rays are basically electrons. They were discovered by the experiment in the discharge tube. So, the scientist Goldstein also observed that along with the production of the cathode rays in the discharge tube, there are also other rays that are traveling in the opposite direction to the cathode rays. As the cathode rays are moving from left to right, then from right to left, there are other rays moving in the discharge tube. So, he called these rays as the protons. So it was the start of the discovery of the protons. So let's start that what is the main experiment for the production of the or the discovery of the protons. So the first of the experiment was that the Goldstein just take a perforated cathode. He used the cathode over there. It was perforated. Perforated mean it was having holes. So he says that when the positive part anode is attached and the cathode is attached to the negative part, then along with the production of the cathode rays that are originating from the cathode, they are negatively charged ions or the electrons. There is a production of another rays from the opposite side to the cathode that are moving in opposite direction. He called that these rays are known as the canal rays. Canal rays, as these canal rays are having opposite charge to the cathode rays. Cathode rays are negatively charged. So he says that canal rays are positively charged particles that are moving in opposite direction to the cathode rays. So he used the discharge tube having perforated cathode rays so that the perforated cathode allow the passage of these rays that are known as the anode rays that are originating basically from the anode. But the later on experiment, he just find that the anode or the rays anode rays are not originating from the anode. Basically, they are going to originate or they are produced by the ionization of gas that is present in the discharge tube. So, what is the working of discharge tube? Main, this is the discharge tube. It is filled with the gas. It is attached to the vacuum, and on both sides, the one side it is attached to the positive terminal, and on the one side it is attached to the negative terminal. And when the current started to pass out, then the rays from the cathode are started to move towards the anode, and there are some other rays that are going to produce. They are produced by the ionization of the gas that is present in the discharge tube. So basically, they are not going to originate from the anode. In turn, they are going to produce from the ionization of the gas that is present in the discharge tube. Next, protons as a canal rays. Basically, these anode rays, we call that these are as anode rays or the protons. They are also named as canal rays. So why they are named as canal rays? Because in this experiment the scientist has used the perforated cathode. So the purpose for the use of perforated cathode is that to detect the canal rays. To detect the canal rays, as these rays are going to pass from the canal like the perforated cathode, so that's why he named them as a canal rays, as they are going to move in opposite direction from anode towards the cathode. So he named it as the canal rays. Otherwise, the protons they are basically positively charged particles that was produced due to the ionization of gas. That gas is present into the discharge tube. So it was the discovery of the proton basically that we have, that how the protons have been discovered and how are they working and from where they are going to be produced. So basically they are produced by the ionization of the gases. This is all about the today's lecture. I hope you guys understand that how the protons have been discovered and who just discovered them. Next one, if you have any queries, you can ask me about that in the comment section, and I will get back to you guys soon, inshallah. For that time, have a good day and Allah Hafiz. And thank you.